That's what I was saying. Like, it's anime fans I realized that make me not like certain anime. They overhype everything.
But I'm busy reading One Piece, so.
True. Yeah,
how's that going? How's that going?
It's horrible. I regret it every day. Every day I wake up and it just stares at me.
You're not. Yeah. Wait. Like, jokes aside, you're actually not enjoying the manga or the anime.
I'm just reading it right now, and like so far, like it's solid, but like it's not like, oh my god, I want to. You know when you like read something that's really good and you just can't put it down, like you just want to keep reading it. It's kind of like not like that. It feels like it's kind of like a chore-ish to me right now. Like people tell me it gets better in the middle, so I'm like trying to just get through the low part of it. So
that's crazy.
It's not bad. It's not bad by any like stretch of the imagination, but it's not this like what these motherfuckers on Twitter be talking about so far. Like, oh, this is the best shit I've ever read and watched in my life. Like,
that's how I feel about Demon Slayer. I watched it and I was not impressed. I did not get what people were hyping up.
Demon Slayer. Like,
the animation is gorgeous in Demon Slayer, top notch, but the actual like premise, the show, like I didn't get it. I was like, what's the hype on this?
Yeah, it doesn't have that much substance to it, in my opinion. Same thing with like Tower. Oh yeah, JD, talk about Tower of God, bro.
How do we get into anime conversation?
Because fuck it, why not? We need shit to talk about. Not? It's a slow news week. Fuck it.
Look, I watched one episode, and not even 5 minutes in, I was like, why does this anime look like this? I'm sorry, I know I don't watch that much anime. I'm not like fully versed to talk about anime in depth, but from what I saw, like compared to other animes that I watched in the past, like even like in the 1990s, like those anime look better. So I'm like, what's going on? And I said one thing, literally all the Twitter like jumped on me. They're like, oh my god, it's not about how it looks, JG. Just why? Okay, this is true story. Like, okay, just keep watching it. And I'm like, I don't know, man, because my eyes kind of hurt.
Crazy though, because you know, I just put up a teaser, a video of it, because I've heard about the anime. People were telling me to watch it, but I haven't watched any clips of it. I just put up like a teaser clip of it. This I'm not gonna lie, this animation is trash.
It was like, it's a webtoon. It was a webtoon. I was like, okay, I didn't know that.
I think that's like funny though. Hold on, because I always do this. I think that's funny too, because that's one of the main things that people like to put against Black Clover. I'm not watching it because the animation is trash, but then those same people will be like, you need to watch Tower of God, even if the animation is trash. Just say you don't like Black Clover, okay? Fucking haters, okay?
But I say that every day. I don't like that shit.
And I respect that. Just admit that you don't like the fucking show, but don't hide behind the animation because they dick riding this show and this animation is trash. And I pulled this shit up in 1 second. I was like, nah, this ain't it.
Yeah, like that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, nah, I can't. Like, there has to be something else, right? And they said that the story is fire, but again, I just can't. I can't take it upon myself to just sit there, like, because I feel like I'm suffering through it. It's like playing on console now, and when I've been playing on PC for years. And I'm like, that like I feel like I was getting a headache. I was like, why am I watching this? I just can't do it.
Yeah. I've come to the conclusion anime fans ruin anime for me. They overhype everything.
They do. That's why every single time I follow Simple Code. Every time a new season comes out, whatever people are hyping up the most or like spamming on Twitter about, I literally don't watch it. I wait until like
the truth is probably in the middle. Like I've come to the realization that I'm just a person that's not easily like a lot of people are very easily impressed. I've realized.
They are. A lot of them like see visual shit, or they just see like that's why like Demon Slayer was concerned. Like everyone like lost their shit.
Or that's why they love Uncharted.
Yeah, but there's no very basic. And like I talked to like Chaos and I talked to JoJo about Tower of God, and like I haven't like watched all the way through. Like I've seen clips of it. I've seen like episodes here and there, and I've like read a little bit of it. And it seems like even JoJo was telling me he was just like, yeah, he's like I don't understand what these anime fans are talking about. He's like the story is not that good. He's like if you read the manga, you realize how bad the anime is from a story standpoint. Like it cuts content. There's a lot of stuff that explains like makes the story good that's missing from the anime. That's just straight up like you have to read the webtoon to like get the full context. But they're like the webtoon comic is way better than the actual like show. So I was like,
but why is it like that? I feel like okay,
it's an artistic choice, but I'm like I agree, but that
you choose to artistically be bad.
Like,
yeah,
I can say artistically, it's like okay, yeah, we want
this art is objectively bad to me, not
like,
subjectively.
I mean, like, if you try to compare it to, like, what it's based on, like, I'll give you an example. This is why I disagree with that argument of, like, not your argument, their argument of saying, like, well, they're trying to base on the source material. Well, you got to remember, too, One Punch Man also had a webcomic, and it was artistically not that good. Like even the guy who drew it up, it was if you look at the actual webcomic and you compare it to the manga and the anime, they look way better than the webcomic. So like I don't really see that as a good excuse anymore for people to be like, oh, it's like the webcomic, and I'm like, yeah, but like you had One Punch Man that started as a webcomic, and you look at the manga and anime, and it's night and day. It's way better looking. So like I feel like when you become an anime, like you shouldn't, there should be some sort of level up with that. You shouldn't just like keep the old art style unless the old art style was really, really good. But in this case, I don't think it is. So
yeah, I would just say don't even turn it to an anime if you're not going to put like some effort into it. And then also as far as like the content, don't make it into an anime if you're going to just cut content out of the webtoon. I know that there are certain limitations that would prevent you from doing certain things, but if you have this vision, I would expect you to turn whatever was in paper form or online form into like the full-fledged visual. Just do that. I would rather you do that than just to cut it off.
Okay.
So it is what it is, but I do not see myself watching another episode of Tower of God. I didn't even understand it. Like again, like my head was hurting so much, I just like was not even paying attention to what was going on in the story. So I have no idea what happened in episode 1.
Yeah. Since before we get out the anime, I would just like to say I watched Boruto. That shit sucks. Don't watch it. I regret it. Don't watch it. Yeah. Like I feel like I had to because the Hokage thing, but it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. The whole show is just like it's all just regurgitating ideas. Like Boruto is like even like his like first like major arc is almost identical to the Zabuza arc. Like you remember how they had to go help the dude who was fixing the bridge or whatever. Like his first major arc where he fights a villain, it's the same thing. They went to go help a people whose bridge was in trouble, and I'm like, and then some ninjas like showed up. I'm like, bro, like this is the same fucking shit. And then it's just like, you remember when we were kids, Naruto and Sasuke? Like, it's really bad fan service. I'm good off that.
Really bad that like the entire show, the only best parts of it is literally when the old cast is in it. Like,
yeah, just
you like it, but all the new cast you don't like it.
They would have been better off just doing a show as them adults and like continuing their adventures versus, and the kids could have been there, but like the kids aren't the focal point, basically.
Yeah, I think they should push the focal point away. It just swears to me the manga gets better, but
that's what everybody says. Like 100 episodes in, it's like maybe if I'm sick, I'll continue to watch it and try to catch up. But because I mean, that's kind of how I got into Black Clover. Because you remember I used to say that shit. The beginning is trash. I'm not gonna lie, but like 20 episodes in, I got sick and I ended up was just laying in bed. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this. It does get really good, and it turned into my favorite show. So I can see that it does happen. It's just, do you have the time to invest in that? And right now, I don't.
Yeah, so right now I'm looking for something else to watch because like I'm waiting on Attack on Titan season 4. I know you're really not a fan, TBH, but
no. I'm Attack on Titan fan now.
Well, you said you are now, but you weren't at first.
And that's what I was saying. Like, it's anime fans I realized that make me not like certain anime. They overhype everything. They overhyped Attack on Titan. They said I should watch it. I watched it and I was like, What actually got me into Attack on Titan is like a year later, I got a free copy of the game Attack on Titan 2 for Xbox, and the game was fire. And there were some cutscenes that like spoiled the show like in the middle. I was like, yo, this kind of fire. I didn't even care I was spoiled. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick it back up and see where it goes. And then I ended up liking. I think Attack on Titan is a good show. I'll say it's a good show. I still think it's overrated, but I think it's a good show now.
Did you watch season 3 though?
I've not caught up yet. Like I watched to the end of season 2.
Season 3 might change your mind. Like
season 3 was really good.
It's really good.
Okay.
Like, and I read the manga and before season. If they don't fuck it up and they copy just exactly what the manga does, it might be a GOAT anime. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's really good. Manga's really fucking good.
I feel like anime fans take like one like solid moment in like a season and they amplify that and they make it seem like it's like the GOAT show. And it's like there were solid moments in Attack on Titan, but it still doesn't warrant GOAT status.
I do agree. They overhyped season 1, like no doubt. Like season 1 was hella overhyped.
Agreed.
Season 2 kind of shot them down. Like it kind of like humbled them because not only did it take so long for season 2 to come out, but it was kind of very slow paced. So that kind of like killed the hype of it. And people were like, okay, maybe this is all right. But like season 3 came out, surprisingly, I thought they were never going to do it because it took forever again. But season 3, animation wise, story wise, action beat wise, soundtrack wise, like it just hits. every part of it hit.
They did that shit with the My Hero season 4. Like they hyped that shit up because the last episode was fire with Endeavor. That episode, pun intended. That shit was fire.
But the way that it ended, I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like that was not a good conclusion to season 4.
And the overhaul arc was fire too. But in the middle, when it was just like the high school slice of life bullshit, that shit was ass. Season 4 was mid to me, to be honest.
Yeah. Because I read the manga to that point, and me and Jojo were talking about it. It was like we were just like, yeah, like honestly, ignore the whole high school shit. Like that's the most boring part. But once you get to the next part, which is like with Hawks and Endeavor, it was like then like shit turns up, and then after that point, it's good because you saw the movie, right?
Yeah, I saw the movie.
Yeah, so you know that whole idea with like Bakugo getting like one for all and then becoming like basically Super Saiyans. Like
nigga, you just spoiled the whole fucking movie for the people who haven't seen it, bruh. Yo, hold on.
I forgot we were doing a podcast.
Oh my fucking god! I might have to edit that out.
Go ahead.
You just spoiled. You just spoiled it.
Add a spoiler tag.
Oh my!
That movie's been out for like a year now. I don't.
No, it has. It's been out for like a month, bro. What are you talking about?
No, it came out in like December or January.
I still think it's fair game to say spoilers, like especially because it's an anime movie. Not everybody's gonna have access to it.
Fine. Give him a spoiler alert, or you can just mute.
You dead ass just spoiled the end. I would be here because I'm not gonna lie. The end of that movie, JG, was fucking fire, and this nigga just spoiled that shit, bro. That's
wait, JG didn't see it?
He just said
it. He tells me about the fight, bro.
He just said it. Oh my god!
I thought I heard you. I
gotta go watch the movie today. I gotta go find the Ledger link or something.
I would say watch the movie.
I'll get you a link.
The ending to that movie is the ending to the movie. I actually didn't expect it. It was fire as fuck, but it did leave me thinking. I was like, this is a little Dragon Ball-ish. I was like, all right, where is this gonna go after this?
Skip it all the way to like an hour and then just start watching it from there.
Nah, I watched the whole movie. The whole movie was good. It was an 8. It was an 8.
Hold on. The first 3/4 of the movie were fucking garbage. Them running around doing little tasks and stuff. That shit was boring.
It was character world building, bro. Like you can't just fight because then it'll be Dragon Ball.
Bro, they threw these niggas on a random ass island that has no significance to help just a bunch of random old people, bro. That shit was boring, bro.
They were learning to become heroes. They're getting their license.
It's just like the DBZ Brawley movie. It's like that shit was boring until literally when that nigga pulled up and Vegeta pulled his coat off and said, "I need a warm up." Then shit turned up. That was it. That like it's the same thing in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
like, whatever.
Okay, this is the anime podcast. We're taking over Otaku Summit.
Right. Our podcast is better.